Structures are continuously being built around the world to satisfy a wide range of different needs, and most buildings are pretty much built the same way, but there are some that go far beyond the ordinary with their unusual shapes and characteristics. Join me for today's video. We're gonna count down the top 15 most unusually shaped buildings in the world. Number 15. Lotus Temple, India. The Lotus Temple, which is in New Delhi in India, is a stunning building that was completed in 1986 and has since won countless architectural awards thanks to its unusual shape and the groundbreaking construction techniques that were used to make it a reality. Designed by Iranian architect Fariborz Sabah, it's named for its resemblance to a blooming lotus flower, which is achieved by the 27 freestanding marble-clad petals that were arranged in clusters of 3, forming 9 sides around its exterior. This design not only showcases the exquisite beauty of the lotus, but also represents the unity of various religious beliefs, as the Lotus Temple is open to people of all faiths. Upon entering the temple, visitors are greeted by a vast, light-filled central hall, where the natural light filters through the skylight and casts a mesmerizing glow throughout the interior. The silence and serenity of the space create an atmosphere of peace and meditation, making it the perfect place for spiritual seekers and individuals seeking solace, with a capacity of up to 2,500 people in the main hall. The Lotus Temple follows the principles of the Baha'i faith, which emphasizes the unities of all religions and the importance of worship and meditation. Visitors are encouraged to reflect, pray, or simply find a moment in the calm, tranquil surroundings. The venue is also used to host various cultural and artistic events that promote interfaith dialogue and understanding. Number 14. Waldspirale, Germany. Waldspirale, which can be found in Darmstadt, Germany, is an architectural masterpiece that was designed by Austrian artist Friedrich Hundenwasser. Completed in 2000, this residential building complex was designed to represent the harmonious integration of nature and art. The name Waldspirale translates to mean forest spiral, reflecting the building's unique shape that emulates the organic forms found in nature. It's 12 stories tall and has 105 apartments, along with a variety of shops, cafes, and offices. What sets this place apart from any other, though, is its undulating facade that's adorned with colorful ceramic tiles, irregular windows, and vegetation-covered terraces. Hundenwasser's design philosophy revolves around the concept of creating buildings that are in harmony with the natural world. With Waldspirale, he achieved this by incorporating over 1,000 trees and shrubs throughout the complex, which have created a vertical forest that engulfs the building. Each apartment boasts a private balcony or terrace that allows residents the ability to privately enjoy the beauty of nature and participate in eco-friendly practices. Inside the building is a labyrinth of curving hallways, varying floor heights, and an array of colors and textures. The architect believed in the importance of individual expression and rejected the standardized architecture that was prevalent in many urban environments. So as a result, each apartment here has a unique design, with no 2 units being alike. Number 13. The Kunsthaus Graz, Austria. This bizarre-looking Kunsthaus Graz, which is in the city of Graz in Austria, was completed in 2003 and immediately became a beacon of contemporary art and culture on the city skyline. It was designed by architects Peter Cook and Colin Fournier and was commonly known as the Friendly Alien thanks to its otherworldly and almost living appearance. The structure has an organic biomorphic shape, which is further brought to life by its unique outer skin, which is made up of 1,288 transparent acrylic glass panels. These panels are equipped with energy-efficient LED lights and allow the building to transform into a captivating light display when it's dark. This dynamic feature has made Kunsthaus Graz a symbol of innovation and creativity. Inside is a large exhibition space that's used to host an ever-changing range of contemporary works, installations, and multimedia presentations. The building's interior design is just as strange as its exterior, with curved walls, sloping floors, and unexpected angles that are intended to create an immersive and thought-provoking atmosphere for visitors. With a stated aim of bridging the gap between the past and the present, the exhibitions often feature works by renowned international artists, challenging traditional artistic boundaries and exploring new concepts and forms of expression. And further to this, it also acts as a center for cultural dialogue and exchange, with various events, lectures, and workshops that engage the public and have helped to develop a vibrant artistic community. Number 12. Wat Samphran Temple, Thailand. The Wat Samphran Temple in the Samphran district of Thailand is one of the country's most secret architectural gems. While it's not as well known as Thailand's famous iconic temples, this unique building is sure to captivate the imagination of anyone who goes there, largely due to an addition you won't see anywhere else. Located around 25 miles or 40 kilometers to the west of Bangkok, the temple's most striking feature is its 17-story high pink tower, which is topped by a gigantic, menacing bronze dragon sculpture that spirals around the entire height of the building. The dragon's body is hollow, providing a pathway for visitors to climb up to the top, with a design that's intended to symbolize the Buddhist belief in the path to enlightenment, a journey that ascends to the heavens. Built in 1985, this temple covers about 3.9 acres, and it's the center of a complex that includes a number of other buildings and gardens. The complex is filled with a range of statues and shrines, all of which are significant to Buddhist and Hindu traditions. The landscape gardens with greenery and ponds lend a sense of tranquility and provide a stark contrast to the imposing dragon tower. Despite its grandeur and unique design, the temple isn't widely publicized and isn't included in most tourist guides, and this further adds to its mystique. Its remote location and lack of crowds make it a peaceful retreat for those seeking to experience a slice of Thailand's rich spiritual heritage away from the bustling tourist hotspots. Number 11. The Dancing House, Czechia. The Dancing House, which is also affectionately known as Fred and Ginger, is an iconic structure that's in the heart of Prague, the capital city of Czechia. This deconstructivist-style building, which was completed in 1996, is the brainchild of Croatian-Czech architect Vlado Milunic and world-renowned Canadian-American architect Frank Gehry. Named after the legendary dance duo Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers, the Dancing House's design is in the shape of a pair of dancers. The structure's aesthetic breaks from Prague's traditional architectural mold, characterized by Gothic, Renaissance, and Baroque buildings, and its unconventional design with its twisted structure and contrasting elements represents the yin and yang, or the static and dynamic, suggesting the movement of dance. The building's shape was created using 99 concrete panels, each one of which has slightly different shape and dimension. The house's glass tower, Ginger, leans into the concrete tower, Fred, which is covered with stainless steel mesh and topped with a dome to represent a wig. Inside, there are offices, a restaurant, and a gallery, and at the top floor it features a French restaurant providing a panoramic view of the city, including Prague Castle and the Vltava River. Located on the Rasinova na Březy, the Dancing House stands on a plot that was bombed during the U.S. air raids in 1945. And while the construction of such a modern and unusual building in this location initially caused controversy, it's since become a much-loved and integral part of Prague's cityscape and a symbol of its transition into the modern era. Number 10. National Carpet Museum, Azerbaijan. Situated in the city of Baku in Azerbaijan, the National Carpet Museum is a remarkable example of architecture that mirrors the subject of the collection that it contains. Established in 1967 as the first museum in the world dedicated to the art of carpet weaving, it moved to its current building in 2014 after 6 years of construction on a site that previously contained a historically significant structure that was demolished to make way for it. The architectural design of the museum is quite unusual in that it's shaped to resemble a rolled carpet, paying homage to the very craft it's dedicated to preserving and celebrating. Austrian architect Franz Jans came up with this concept, which is not only visually striking, but also a symbol of the integration of modern architecture with traditional culture. Its exterior, covered in gold and white, reflects the natural sunlight, giving the building a majestic glow, while its curved form with the fluidity of a rolled carpet stands out against Baku's cityscape, and it creates a unique silhouette that has become one of the most iconic images of Baku. Inside, the building's design takes this a step further, as while you walk through the 3 stories that contain a vast collection of carpets and artifacts, you're guided in a manner that mimics the unfolding of a carpet, with each turn revealing more of Azerbaijan's rich history of textile manufacturing. Number 9. The Interlace, Singapore. The Interlace is a residential development in Singapore, which has become famous for its radical new approach to the idea of high-rise living. Designed by renowned architect Ole Sheeran, it was completed in 2013 and has since won numerous global awards, including the World Building of the Year in 2015. Unlike typical high-rise buildings that focus on height to offer greater floor space, the Interlace opts for a more innovative configuration. It consists of 31 6-storied blocks stacked in a hexagonal arrangement to form 8 large courtyards. Each block is rotated and interlaced with the others, creating an interconnected network of living spaces. This unusual design not only creates a visual spectacle, but it also serves a purpose to enhance the lives of those who live there. The interlocking blocks create shared and private roof gardens, sky terraces, and balconies, fostering a sense of community while maintaining privacy for residents. Furthermore, the orientation of the blocks leverages natural ventilation and provides increased daylight, which helps in the aim of achieving sustainable living. Situated in the lush green belt of southern ridges, the development covers more than 1.8 million square feet, or 170,000 square meters, and was built with the concept of living with nature in mind. The design harmonizes with the surrounding landscape, offering a spectacular view and access to green spaces, as well as providing a number of facilities, such as a gym, playground, swimming pools, and retail outlets, which does provide a self-sustained environment for residents, where virtually everything they need is within close walking distance. Number 8. The Bund Finance Center, China. The Bund Finance Center is a mixed-use development that can be found on the waterfront in Shanghai in China. It was designed by renowned architectural firms Foster & Partners and Heatherwick Studio. The 4-story building was completed in 2017, and it's at the southern end of the Bund, a historic area on the Hangpu River, one of the most famous tourist destinations in Shanghai. With 4 floors above ground and 3 below, it offers a total of 43,000 square feet, or about 4,000 square meters of floor space, most of which is taken up by a non-profit organization called the Fosun Foundation, but also features a lobby, atrium, and cafe on the ground floor. Of course, the thing that stands out the most about this structure is the appearance of its exterior, which is made up of a complex arrangement of pipes. There are actually 3 layers of vertically arranged gold and bronze-colored stainless steel pipes which hang from the 3rd floor and are inspired by traditional Chinese theater curtains. Fitted to tracks that are powered by electric motors, these curtains slowly move around the structure during the day, with music being played from speakers that are hidden within the facade. It is a truly unique creation that brings a modern twist to something that draws cues from traditional designs, and despite having an industrial aesthetic, almost feels alive as it moves. Number 7. The Ilinden Memorial, North Macedonia. The Ilinden Memorial, also known as Macedonium, is a sculptured monument of the city of Kruševo in northern Macedonia that was inaugurated in 1974. It was built to commemorate the Ilinden Uprising of 1903, which was an organized revolt against the Ottoman Empire and the latter efforts of the Macedonian people for the development of a free, independent, and socialist society. The structure is a striking example of Yugoslav-era modernist architecture, designed by Jordan and Iskra Grabelovski. It's abstract and symbolic, reflecting the tumultuous history and aspirations of the Macedonian people, and its shape, reminiscent of a bomb or an egg, symbolizes the birth of a new, free nation. The exterior is dominated by large, raw concrete forms that contrast with the surrounding landscape, while the interior, on the other hand, is decorated with a vibrant, colorful mosaic that depicts scenes from the uprising and the struggle for the future of Macedonia. It spans an impressive 2,300 square feet, or 215 square meters, and is made from small pieces of glass that shimmer as the sunlight beams in. This memorial is perched on a 12-acre plot of land on a hill overlooking Kruševo, which offers panoramic views of the town and the surrounding countryside. A large amphitheater next to the monument serves as a gathering place for the commemorations and cultural events, with the main event taking place every year on August 2nd, when people gather here to honor the anniversary of the Ilinden Uprising. Number 6. Casa Terracota, Colombia. Casa Terracota, which is located in the picturesque town of Villa de Leyva in Colombia, is a unique building that is often said to be the world's largest piece of pottery. This distinctive house was created by architect Octavio Mendoza, and it was constructed entirely from clay and baked in the sun, which rightly earned its name, the Clay House. It took over 14 years to build, from 1998 to 2012, and it now covers an area of about 5,300 square feet, or about 500 square meters, and stands 2 stories tall. The house was built without a rigid blueprint, so instead, Mendoza shaped the clay while it was still wet and allowed the structure to evolve organically. The result was a fluid, whimsical design reminiscent of a fairy tale dwelling with rounded edges, arches, and no straight lines. Virtually every detail of Casa Terracota, from the walls and roof to the furniture and the kitchen, is made from clay. The surfaces are colored with natural pigments, which gives a warm, earthy feel to the interiors, and the only other natural material used is glass, which was used to fill the gaps in the clay, something that provides natural light and creates a stunning interplay of light and shadow. The home wasn't just an expression of creativity, but also a new concept for a sustainable building practice. By using only earth, air, and fire, the project showcases the potential of natural materials in construction, and hopefully encourages a harmonious coexistence with the environment. Number 5. The Ideal Palace, France. The Ideal Palace, known in French as Le Palais Ideal, is an architectural oddity that's in Haute-Rives, France. It's the life's work of Ferdinand Cheval, a French postman who spent 30 years building it, from 1879 to 1912, and it remains a testament to the power of determination, imagination, and individual creativity. The story of the ideal palace begins with Cheval supposedly stumbling over an oddly shaped stone along his postal route. Inspired by its shape and form, he began collecting similar stones during his daily rounds, and over time, he used these stones to build the ideal palace, a structure unlike any other, inspired by nature, postcards, and the first images of the world's wonders appearing in magazines. The finished thing is like a dreamlike structure featuring a mix of architectural styles and influences, ranging from the Christian and Hindu temples to the Swiss chalets and medieval castles. It's accented with sculptures of animals, mythical creatures, and notable figures, each of which being painstakingly crafted by Cheval. The entire structure is covered in detailed carvings too, including inscriptions of Cheval's thoughts and philosophies as he carried out his life's work. This magnificent structure, standing about 26 feet or 8 meters high and 85 feet or 26 meters long, is unique for its sheer imagination. Despite having no formal training in architecture or the arts, Cheval managed to create a complex and intricate structure that continues to fascinate visitors over a century later, so much so that in 1969, the French Ministry of Culture recognized the ideal palace as a cultural landmark and cemented its place in French architectural history. Today, the ideal palace is a tourist destination and a source of inspiration for dreamers, artists, and architects from around the world in all disciplines. It's been featured in numerous art exhibitions, and it's been mentioned as an inspiration for a number of acclaimed artists, including Pablo Picasso and André Breton. Number 4. The Turning Torso, Sweden. The Turning Torso, located in Malmö, Sweden, is one of the most unusual skyscrapers in the world. Designed by Spanish architect Santiago Calatrava, it's a neo-futuristic residential structure that holds the record for being the tallest building in Scandinavia, measuring 627 feet or 191 meters and 54 stories tall. The Turning Torso's design was inspired by a marble sculpture of a twisting human figure by Calatrava himself, called the Twisting Torso, which was made from white marble and resembles a contorted person. The desire to create a new skyline in Malmö after the removal of a huge shipbuilding crane led to city officials asking the designer to create a new version of the sculpture. And while he said it was the greatest challenge he ever attempted, the result was truly something special. Completed in 2005, the Turning Torso is not just a residential building, it's a symbol of Malmö's transformation from an industrial city to a center of design, technology, and sustainability. It houses 147 apartments along with office spaces and meeting rooms, and on the top 2 floors there are meeting spaces with a breathtaking view of the city, the Øresund Strait, and Copenhagen on the horizon. Its construction was a feat of engineering in itself, with its framework consisting of an outer layer of aluminum and glass that's supported by a core of reinforced concrete. 9 segments of 5-story pentagons constitute the structure, with the topmost segment acting as a mechanical floor. Impressively for a skyscraper like this, it was also built to meet Sweden's high environmental standards, using district heating and a waste management system that separates waste for recycling, with the internal features at least acting as a blueprint for other new structures in the country to also adhere to these requirements. Number 3. Casa Bayo, Spain. Casa Bayo, nestled in the heart of Barcelona in Spain, is one of the most famous buildings in the city, as it was designed by the renowned Catalan architect Antonio Gaudí. This UNESCO World Heritage Site, built between 1904 and 1906, is an embodiment of Gaudí's unique architectural language, showcasing his affinity for nature-inspired designs and innovative structural techniques. Casa Bayo, often referred to as the House of Bones, is said to have a skeletal organic quality, with a facade made up of fragmented ceramic and glass tiles that give the impression of a calm sea. The balconies resemble skulls, the supporting pillar appear as bone-like structures too, and the roof, which mimics the back of a dragon or a dinosaur, further adds to the fantastical feeling of the design. The interior of Casa Bayo is just as enchanting as its exterior, and gave Gaudí the opportunity to integrate ergonomic design elements with his signature style, and resulted in spaces filled with organic shapes and natural motifs. The main suite in particular is a fluid space with curved walls and innovative windows, and in the central light well, Gaudí used color gradation with darker blues at the top and lighter ones at the bottom to create a uniform distribution of light. This attention to detail is a nod to Gaudí's philosophy of integrating architecture with nature. Casa Bayo is also seen as one of Gaudí's greatest works and showcases a number of his innovative ways of choosing materials and construction techniques. He employed a combination of traditional Catalan craftsmanship with modern industrial methods, such as trencadís, which is a type of mosaic made from waste ceramic pieces, to create this unique vision. Number 2. The Crooked House, Poland. As you walk along the otherwise normal streets of Sopot in Poland, there's a structure that suddenly stands out amongst its surroundings. The Crooked House, or Krzywy Domek, was completed in 2004 and draws its inspiration from the fairy tale illustrations and drawings of Jan Marcin Sancer and Peter Dahlberg. It was created by architects Schotinski and Zaleski, who managed to embody the whimsical and surrealistic spirit of these works in a commercial structure. The Crooked House's design is very different from conventional architectural forms, and with its wavy, irregular shape combined with its colorful, detailed facade, it crafts an illusion that the building is bending and distorting, almost as if it were made of rubber. Its name, Krzywy Domek, literally translates to crooked little house, a fitting description of its quirky appearance. Covering an area of around 43,000 square feet or 4,000 square meters, it's part of a shopping center and houses various shops, restaurants, and offices. At night, the building comes alive with vibrant nightlife, hosting one of Sopot's most popular pubs. Despite its modern, fantastic appearance, the Crooked House pays tribute to traditional Polish architecture. The roof is styled like dragon scales, a feature common in Polish folklore, and the building's stained glass entrances and stone elevation elements are reminiscent of the traditional architectural details seen in old Polish buildings. With such an unusual form, it's no wonder that the Crooked House has become an icon in its own right and attracts visitors from across the globe wanting to see its bizarre architecture for themselves. Number 1. Hung Na Guest House, Vietnam. Hung Na Guest House, also known as the Crazy House, is an architectural masterpiece, but also one of the strangest buildings in the world that's located in Da Lat, Vietnam. It was conceived and designed by Vietnamese architect Dong Viet Na and is a surreal, dreamlike structure that appears more like a work of art than a traditional building. Completed in 1990, the Crazy House resembles a giant tree with organic shapes and undulating forms, embodying a passion for nature and the rejection of conventional architectural norms. The design was inspired by the natural beauty of Dalat and the works of Antonio Gaudí and Salvador Dali, blending elements of fantasy, surrealism, and expressionism. The exterior of the Crazy House is a labyrinth of winding paths, bizarrely shaped windows, and tunnels, which are all interconnected by bridges. The concrete structure is covered with colorful mosaics and sculpted elements that represent animals, mushrooms, spider webs, and natural forms, with minuscule details that come to life in every corner that you look. The interior of the guest house is equally as strange, with 10 themed guest rooms, each featuring unique designs and furniture that follow the contours of the building. These rooms are named after animals representing different countries and cultures, such as the tiger room, kangaroo room, and bear room, with each one possessing a distinct character and charm. Despite its seemingly chaotic appearance, the Crazy House is a testament to Dong Viet Na's creativity and her commitment to finding a harmonious relationship between humans and nature. The building embodies her philosophy of organic architecture, where structures are integrated with their environment rather than imposed upon it. I'll see you next time. Thank you to our channel members.